How long have you been there? Come on, let me show you around.
Okay, I know I said I'd show you around, but that was only a trap to get you in my house so I could tell you my lesson. Hi there, my name is Kyler Davis, and today I'm going to be telling you reasons why you should start incorporating physical activity in your life now rather than later. So odds are you're here because you saw a link on one of my social medias and you were like, look at this clown, let's go watch this video. He probably did a really bad job, which I probably did, but you're here. And so today I'm going to talk to you about reasons why you should be incorporating physical activity in your life at a younger age, preferably like 16. If you're like 16 to 24, that's perfect. If you're below or over, stay and hang, take some notes. If you want to apply it to your life, also you can do that. But this is why you should make it a habit now, and why it's easier to make it a habit now versus later in life when you have all of these issues coming up and illness coming up and you're like, what can I do? And then your doctor's like, well, work out. Okay, well, thanks. So these are reasons why you should start incorporating at least 30 minutes of physical activity in your daily life at a young age. All right, reason number one is actually going to be your bones and your skeletal structure. Now, making sure that your bones are under some stress while growing up, because if you don't already know this, your bones go through a remodeling process. About every 7 years, they say that depending on the stress or activity that you engage in, your bones will actually remodel themselves to be able to support whatever it is that you're doing. Now, the reason why this is a reason for me is that I'm concerned for younger generations and my generation, because a lot of you are walking around looking like this. Or this. Did you see this post? Nah, bro, fix your neck. And believe it or not, I've got siblings and my siblings got friends and he's young and I've even seen this.
Bro, you won't believe what this guy posted.
I'm not too sure if you see it, but the problem with that and all of those postures is that we're not made to be like that. See, being stuck in a position like this, where like you're always on your phone and stuff, but you're not getting outside, you're not strengthening your bones, you're not doing anything to prevent a weak body, your bones are going to be weaker than if you would incorporate physical activity. Any type of resistance training, weight bearing training, even going out and going on like a 10-15 minute jog, right? It makes a big difference in a day-to-day life. Hey, were you planning on working out after you ate that? No? Now, reason number two, it can prevent diabetes in the future. Now, you see, the problem with a lot of the food that we eat now is that it's very processed, it's very high in added sugars, it's very high in cholesterol, it's very high in all these things that are not great for you. And with an influx of that, and with that food being relatively cheap compared to how expensive it is to eat cleaner, it's more than likely that if you're younger, it's easier for you to eat bad food, right? Now, I would encourage you to do your best to not, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But being able to increase your physical activity, get that heart rate going, and prevent things like diabetes in the future, you should take it. You should take it. Now, modern medicine is good, and modern medicine will take care of you, which is why we have been given such a good thing. But, I mean, don't take advantage of your body. You only get one of those.
Where are you going?
Bruh. My third reason is that it can help you find new hobbies, new things that you enjoy, right? You might find interest in something that you maybe you didn't think you would have found interest in before. And that's the beauty of being able to do physical activity, is that it doesn't just have to be a mile walk on a treadmill. It doesn't just have to be the elliptical every day. It doesn't just have to be a cycling class. There are a lot of things that you can do to increase your heart rate that you can find fun. Like, for instance, you saw earlier in the video, mine is I like basketball. And the benefit of being able to find or have such a big genre of things is that, yes, it can be intimidating entering the fitness world, but once you are in it, you'll realize that everybody, for the most part, supports you in what you're doing. And there is just so much to pick from. Like the other day, for example, I went climbing. That's odd. I went climbing, like indoors, bouldering, fun stuff. My forearms are really sore, but that's like a form of physical activity. Everyone in there was super awesome, super nice. And I found something new that I will most likely go and do again because it was actually really fun. I just might need my hands were a little beat up from it. But there's just so much to do. So stop being a little cocoon in your house and go do something. Find something fun. Find something where you can meet new friends, meet new people, because who you're surrounded by will impact you a lot. Reason number 4, you can set the pace now, right? Because when you get later in life and you've already built these nasty, dirty habits of eating Cheetos and, watching True TV on a Wednesday night, that will have a toll eventually. And eventually you will be told that, hey, if you don't switch your life habits around, you might not be around for your kid's wedding or to see your grandkids. And it sounds bad, but that's just the realisticness. That's the urgency of the situation, right? So if you just set the pace now for yourself, it won't be as hard to do later. And I was even talking, a good example is I was talking to multiple people that were older because I was trying to figure out the age group for this video, and a lot of people that were older were saying talk to the people that are young, because I wish when I was younger I would have started then. And so that's why I'm now encouraging you that if you don't already have something in it, like I said previously, it can be anything. Try to find something. Do something now that future you will thank you for, because it's your life that is going to be impacted by your decision to incorporate physical activity in your life. Nobody else's life will be impacted by it except for yours. And maybe like your future family, wife, kids, or husband, kids, whatever the case may be. But you need to make a decision, right? And as you're younger, like if you're young and you're watching this video, like you obviously still have some time to decide. It's not as dire. But if you start making these daily habits and making these goals for yourself that incorporate physical activity, doing so later won't seem like a chore. It'll seem like your life. My 5th and final reason for you guys today is that it has been proven on a chemical level that exercise and physical activity can decrease anxiety and depression in younger teens. Now, we do know that anxiety and depression is common in teens and young adults in this day and age, and the reason why I honestly couldn't tell you, but I do know that there's a buildup of cortisol that happens, and that's your stress hormone. And there's a buildup of that, and there's a high release of that whenever you have depression and whenever you have anxiety. Now, whenever you work out, you actually have a dopamine response, and you have a set of what they call feel-good endorphins that are released. So you ever heard of like a runner's high after you're done running and everything feels all fuzzy and warm? And those are your quote-unquote feel-good endorphins that are released, and those are released when you incorporate physical activity in your life. And I know that there's a lot of stress to go around, and I know that the world is a very stressful place, but incorporating 30 minutes, maybe even an hour if you're really into it, but just 30 minutes of physical activity a day, just to kind of get your mind straight so you can clear that brain fog, so you can be focused on your goals. It can make a big difference in your life. Now, I get it. Being a student, if you're a student like me, I get it. It's really hard to be a student and work, because I'm a student and I work and I'm trying to deal with all these things at the same time. I understand it's really hard. But I'm not going to encourage you to make excuses for yourself, because there is time, right? It's just whether or not you're looking for it, right? There is an opportunity. It's just whether or not you're willing to put your foot in the door, right? So I would encourage you to just take small steps. Don't just get done watching this video and then you go set your alarm for 6 a.m. on the dot when you've really been sleeping until 8 or 9 or 10, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 6 and I'm gonna go on a jog and I'm gonna do A, B, and C. Start small, right? Don't overwhelm yourself. Start off with maybe first you're waking up at 6 a.m. and you're doing that on a regular basis, and when that becomes normal, then you can incorporate your 15, 30-minute jog in the morning, right? And then when that becomes normal, then you just add more and more and more and more, and it just becomes you. Don't overwhelm yourself with everything at once. Take small steps. That is the way to be successful. But with all that being said, that is going to wrap up my little lesson. I'm sorry for kidnapping you, but that's going to conclude the message today. I really appreciate you taking the time to be here and actually listen. I would really appreciate if you could throw in the comments how you felt about it, things that I could improve on, or just, takeaways. Just give me your key takeaways in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. You go make a difference in your world and enjoy your summer. Hey. And I know that it's encouraging, so if you need, or it's a little discouraging how many, people there are or how many things there are to do, but dang.